Hi, I'm Susan, and welcome to Being Mindful. In today's practice, we're going to do something called leaves on a stream. And this is a strategy that you can use when you feel like your thoughts are all over the place or you just can't turn your brain off. This gives you a strategy to work with the thoughts and to allow them to move and not feel so fixated on particular thoughts. So I hope that you'll enjoy this practice. Let's get started. So we can begin by closing our eyes if that's a comfortable thing to do. If it's not, or you need to see my lips or leave your eyes open for comfort, that's okay too. And we begin to become present to this practice by acknowledging what has already taken place this day. We acknowledge these things that have already happened, and without trying to make them go away, we just set them slightly to the side so that we can focus on what's happening now. Likewise, our brains may tempt us to think about what's coming in this day, things we know about and things we don't know about. We don't need to force those things to go away. We just set them to the side so that we can focus on the present moment. We feel the ground beneath our feet, our bodies supported by the chair. And we begin to notice the breath that sustains life and is moving in and out of us, whether we're aware of it or not. Using our senses to make note of what's happening in the present moment. And as we do this, thoughts do like to tempt us. Memories of the past, judgments or criticisms about what's happening right now, and thoughts about the future as well. These thoughts are inevitable. They aren't a problem. But we do want to develop the practice of noticing a thought and being able to bring the focus back to the present moment. One possible way to allow thoughts to exist but not be the main point of focus is a practice called leaves on a stream. So what I'll have you do is to imagine a stream in front of you. It doesn't have to be a real stream, but if you have a real stream that you can recall, that's perfectly fine to bring to your mind's eye. But you might notice what direction it's flowing. Begin to imagine how deep it might be and whether you can see rocks or anything underneath the water. You can even imagine the sound the water might be making as it moves in front of you. And then I invite you to imagine that on this stream, there are little green leaves floating on the surface. And I invite you, when you have a thought, to place it on a leaf and allow that leaf to carry the thought down the stream so that the thought's not going away, but it is just lightly moving away from your awareness. Perhaps sometimes a thought leaf gets caught up in a little eddy and it swirls in front of you for a little bit, but eventually that leaf just moves right on down the stream. And so I invite you, in the silence that follows, to allow thoughts to happen, to create thoughts so that you can practice putting them on leaves and letting them float down the stream. Another thought comes, we place it on a leaf. Another thought comes, we place it on a leaf. If you find in the course of this practice that you have gotten on the leaf with thought and are being carried down the stream, all you have to do is notice that that's happened and come back onto the shore. Step off the leaf and allow the thoughts to become the things that you observe. If your thoughts don't feel discrete enough to be able to place on a leaf, if it's all just one big jumble, it can be helpful to label the thought with a single word: worrying, judging, observing, enjoying. There are no right or wrong words, but by summarizing the thought into a word or a phrase, it might make it a little easier to put it on the leaf and allow it to flow. With this sort of practice, thoughts aren't problems at all. They are welcome opportunities to practice noticing and letting things go. If placing the thought on the leaf continues to be difficult, another possibility is seeing the leaves as already having thoughts on them, so that whatever direction your stream is flowing, the thought comes from one direction, might swirl in front of you a little bit as you begin to focus on it, and then it moves along on its way. And as that leaf and thought flows down the stream, another thought, another leaf comes from upstream. And you are simply on the side of the stream, watching the thoughts. Constantly flowing, constantly changing. Just part of the stream. I'll invite you to turn your attention again back to the breath. Maybe we still hear the stream flowing, but we're paying more attention to the sensations that we feel in our bodies, the movement of breath, the contact of clothing against the skin, the body supported by the chair or the ground. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes. Thanks for joining me today in practicing leaves on a stream. I would love to hear what you noticed. What did you do with the leaves? Where did you tend to focus in your stream? Were you looking upstream to see the thoughts that were coming? Were you looking downstream to see where the thoughts were going? Or were you able to really focus on what was that little that little slice of stream that was right in front of you. I would really appreciate hearing about your experiences in the comments below. And if you haven't already subscribed, please consider joining the community so that you can benefit from future videos as well. Thanks for being with me and have a great day.